Hello from the sunny south of France. This video is the second of my instalments driving from Norfolk, where I stay with my daughter in England, back home. It takes me from Normandy to the Loire. I hope you enjoy the video. Well, that was a lovely quiet night. You've seen the mist that there is around. It's completely blue sky, so I think it's going to be another nice day. One of the differences between the north and the south is in the morning at home it's still hot when you wake up, and this morning is quite fresh. Ooh, and there's the kettle boiling for my cup of tea. A very quiet spot. That beep is because the door's open, because just down here I saw a recycling point. Temperature says it's just 13 degrees. There's a factory here for something. I don't know what it is. Chaumont-sur-Loire, the old Rouen. I don't know if it's anything to do with the large Rouen, twinned with Norwich, which is where I was born. And I think we're still in the Somme department. A long way north. I'm in a place called Chaumont, and the hunt is on for bread. It looks like I just found it. Something about French life, isn't it, that you have to find bread every day. Anyway, looks like it might not be as difficult as it sometimes is. Boulangerie. I used to travel was to work out the route I wanted to go on and then plot it in the sat-nav, and then the sat-nav took me on my route. Recently I've started to just put one or two waypoints in and let the sat-nav find its own way. And this, I've got a Garmin campervan sat-nav. So I put in the height and the weight and the width and what have you, and it finds routes for me, and sometimes they're like this. I never would have plotted such a tiny little road on my route, but sometimes the sat nav comes up trumps and I find places I've never been before, and other times I think, why on earth have you come this way? And this is one of them. I've still got over 9 hours to travel, about 6 to my next waypoint, but it obviously thinks this is the quickest way. I didn't notice the change of department, but I don't think there was a sign. We're definitely in Normandy now. The scenery has changed, the architect's changed a bit. It's only 8:10, but the temperature's climbed to 17 degrees. Not a cloud in the sky. Lovely morning for photography. If only I could make up my mind to stop and wander around, but it's absolutely gorgeous this morning, and as it's still so early, there's not a lot of traffic on the road at all. Very pretty, isn't it? Which is one of France's most beautiful villages. I don't actually know how much we'll see when we drive through it. I have stopped here a couple of times before, so I'm not going to stop today. It's primarily, I think, because it's got a lovely market square, but it's half timbered buildings. Applies, so you have to give way to the right. On the top of the hill there on the left, Chateau Gaillard, I'm in Les Andelys, so I've just reached the Seine river, which is on my right. I don't think I'm going to cross it by the look of it. No, we're going to run parallel with the Seine. There's a campsite I've stayed at along here. A flower campsite. They're a franchise or something. Anyway, they're very expensive. That one there, Isle of the Three Kings. I could stop here and have a lunch, breakfast. I could stop here and have a coffee and a croissant that I bought. Doesn't look very scenic, does it? So I don't think I will. Having said that, there's a terrific view of the castle, so I might stop here and take a couple of photos. That's the Seine. So I'm now on the south side of the Seine. I've only been driving for another hour or so. It's a little after 10. But you can see how the architecture's changed dramatically. I'm still in Normandy, but not the Normandy of half-timbered buildings. Trains along that railway line, well and truly overgrown. And round the corner here, I'm crossing another river. I don't know how big this one is. Oh, what it might be the Eure, I suppose. Place is called Chaumont-sur-Loire. No, it isn't. It's called Normandy. Don't know. Didn't say. This is quite a picturesque place with a. I suppose maybe that's the Eure on the left. A very pretty place, and it says it's on the Camino de Santiago as well. One of, given that there are over 40 of them, 40 main ones. It's difficult actually if you keep your eyes open. It's difficult not to cross the one of the routes to Compostela, Santiago de Compostela. I'm in the middle of harvest season, so there's been quite a lot of these on the roads. They're now finished, I think, so they're returning or moving on to the next commission, I suppose, contract. But there's, in this particular convoy, there's 2 of them. I don't suppose they find it very easy to negotiate these little roundabouts and things. stuck. I wonder. Must have been this lorry trying to get past them. I'm going to turn off left in a little while, so another 200 metres. So hopefully by then, when I turn left, I'll leave them. It'll be quite a slow journey otherwise. Yeah, there must be more than 3.5 tonnes, so they can't turn left. Chaos in this village. I realise quite often I video churches. I have no interest in religion, I was never even christened, but often they're the oldest building in a village, and they're so very different in different areas. So that's my reason. Anyway, that was another one. Still in Normandy by the looks of things. In fact, oddly, all yesterday and so far today, I've not seen a single departmental sign. I think I might still be in Saint-Maritime. No plane trees here, but still avenues of trees. I think it's the first one I've seen actually this long. I think there was a few seconds of one earlier, but first proper one. I'm on the D928, so it's an old route nationale. This is Chaumont-sur-Loire. That name rings a bell. I don't know why. Probably I've been through here. Probably not long ago. Quite pretty, isn't it? Nothing that's reminded me that I've been here before, but maybe it's just a sign, a name on a signpost that I remember seeing. Looking for somewhere to have lunch, and then suddenly recognised the junction. I've had lunch down here before, and I've even slept down here. Just hoping there's some room in the shade, which there might possibly be. There's people here, but there's a bit of shade. looks like it's been dry here. Lots of dust around. This is, well, you can see we're about to go through a shower. Here we go. And then up here, there's a combine harvester, and there was a minute ago anyway, a large cloud of dust. There it is, a bit of it anyway. Yeah, here we go. First of all, it gets wet, and then all this chaff's going to stick on us. But certainly everything looks very dry. Sometimes the sat-nav takes me on little tiny back roads, and sometimes, like now, it's taken me into Blois. Presumably it thinks this is the quickest route. I don't feel it, but feel like I think I've missed the absolute middle that I can see on the sat-nav. The Loire is close, so I presume the middle of Loire is right by the river. I presume it was a river port at some time. I should have paid more attention to the sat-nav, because if I'd have seen early enough it was going to take me through Blois, I would have done a little bit of a detour. As it is, it's sort of come due south into Blois and then west along Loire to get to Chaumont, where I'm staying tonight, or plan to stay tonight, if there's room on the campsite. Which ironically is where I stayed on the way north. There is the Loire on the left, and if there's space on the campsite I should be well close to the Loire, depending if there's any spaces close to the river, but the campsite is next to the river anyway. It's only about another 7k to go. I've checked in. And the lady noticed that I've been here before, which it was only last month. Now all I have to do is try and find somewhere with shade and electricity. I could almost go exactly where I was last time. I think I didn't have shade there though. I don't know how long my lead is. At Chaumont-sur-Loire, where I was a month ago, and it's still hot. It's still dry. It's not actually that busy. I thought the campsite would be a bit more busy than that. It doesn't look too bad. I'll sort that out in a moment. Can't deal with that. Anyway, there's the toilet block, and there's the river. That is the chateau of Chaumont-sur-Loire.